You walk into a room with a clear purpose in mind, and suddenly, you go blank. Why did I even come here? Or maybe you're in the middle of a story, and the perfect word, a word you use every day, just disappears from your tongue. And what about that moment when you run into someone you know on the street, and their name refuses to pop into your mind? Those little lapses, those moments of forgetfulness, they're scary. They make us wonder, is this normal? Is it just getting older? Or is it something more? Welcome to the Viva Plus channel. Today, we're going to address one of the biggest fears that comes with aging, memory loss. But we're not going to talk about the common, benign forgetfulness. Let's dive deeper. We're going to talk about the silent signs, the ones that lurk beneath the surface of everyday life, and that could indicate a future risk to your brain health. This video has a clear purpose: to give you information so you can take action. Knowledge is not meant to create fear, but to empower you. The power of observation and prevention. So stay with me as we reveal the 3 silent signs that your memory may be at risk. Before we get into the signs, it's crucial to make a distinction. Forgetting where you left your keys or the name of a movie star is, for the most part, perfectly normal. Our brains process an absurd amount of information, and not all of it is stored with the same priority. This usually happens due to fatigue, stress, or simply not paying attention at the time. What we're going to discuss here is different. These are patterns of behavior and difficulty that go beyond the occasional lapse. They are changes in the way the brain works to solve problems and interact with the world. This is the difference we need to learn to observe. The first silent sign is the increasing difficulty with planning and problem solving. This is much more than forgetting an appointment. It's about your brain's ability to organize tasks and follow a logical sequence. Think of a cake recipe that you've made dozens of times. Suddenly, following the steps becomes confusing. You lose track of the measurements, you forget an essential ingredient, or managing your monthly bills. A task that was once routine now seems overwhelming, and you start making mistakes. Another example is having trouble planning a dinner for friends, or even finding your way around a familiar route, having to think much more to decide which street to turn. Why is this such an important sign? Because these tasks require what neuroscientists call executive function. It's the brain's ability to plan, focus, remember instructions, and multitask. When this function starts to fail, it's not just a sign of poor memory, but rather that the brain's command center may be struggling. It's a subtle sign, often attributed to stress or fatigue, but it deserves special attention. Noticing a consistent decline in your ability to plan and execute everyday tasks is a call to action. Our second silent sign is one of the most overlooked because it's often mistaken for personality traits or emotional problems. It's changes in mood and personality without an apparent cause. The person, who was once sociable and full of life, begins to withdraw. They withdraw from hobbies, meetings with friends, and activities that they used to enjoy. There may be an increase in apathy and indifference to the things around them. Or, on the contrary, the person may become more irritable, suspicious, anxious, or even depressed without there being a life event that justifies this drastic change. Family and friends often think that it is just the person's way or at a bad phase. But these changes may actually be a reflection of chemical and structural changes that are occurring in the brain. Brain regions that regulate mood and social behavior can be affected in the early stages of neurodegenerative conditions. The person is not choosing to act that way. Their brain is dictating a new behavior. Therefore, if you or someone close to you experiences a marked change in personality that does not seem to have a logical explanation, do not dismiss it as a simple mood problem. This is a silent sign that deserves to be investigated with compassion and seriousness. The third and final silent sign we will address today is difficulty following or participating in a conversation. This goes far beyond forgetting a specific word. It is about losing the thread of the story. A person may stop in the middle of a sentence and have no idea what they were going to say. They may ask the same question over and over again, forgetting that they had already gotten the answer minutes earlier. Keeping up with the plot of a movie or a book becomes a chore. This difficulty is linked to what we call working memory, the brain's ability to hold and manipulate information for a short period of time. It is what allows us to follow a conversation, connect ideas, and respond coherently. When this ability diminishes, a person may feel lost and confused in social interactions. They may begin to avoid long conversations, not because they are uninterested, but because they are afraid they will not be able to keep up. It is a frustrating and isolating sign. Seeing this difficulty in yourself or a loved one, the struggle to stay connected to the present moment of conversation, is a clear sign that cognitive health needs attention. So, you've heard the 3 signs: difficulty with planning, mood and personality changes, and trouble following a conversation. Maybe you've identified with one of them. Your first reaction may be panic, but take a deep breath. The goal here, remember, is empowerment. Identifying a sign is not a diagnosis. It's a wake-up call. It's your body giving you a chance to take action, to be proactive. So the question is, what to do now? Science today shows us that the fate of our brain is not sealed. There are pillars of a lifestyle that can strengthen our neural defenses. The first is brain nutrition. Foods rich in omega-3, such as salmon, antioxidants from berries, and green leafy vegetables are like a shield for your neurons. The second pillar is physical exercise. Moving your body increases blood flow to the brain, bringing more oxygen and nutrients. The third is restorative sleep. It is during sleep that the brain does its cleaning, clearing out toxins that accumulate during the day. And finally, mental and social stimulation. Learning something new, be it a language or an instrument, doing crossword puzzles, and most importantly, maintaining strong social ties. All of this creates new neural connections and strengthens what we call cognitive reserve. Your memory is a reflection of your brain's health, and your brain's health is a reflection of your lifestyle. Observing the silent signs is your first act of defense. The second is to take action. It is choosing today the food that nourishes, the movement that oxygenates, the sleep that restores, and the challenge that strengthens your mind. If this video brought you clarity and showed you a path, subscribe to the Viva Plus channel. In our next videos, we will delve deeper into each of these pillars, giving you practical guides to strengthen your memory and protect your brain for the years to come. Knowledge is your greatest ally. Use it. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you next time.